Decent crowd here today, it looks like. Obviously a big game coming up for us and for Florida. And at the beginning of the season, one of our goals was to win the Eastern Division. I'm sure Florida had the same goal. So we feel pretty fortunate to be in the final game. We have not played extremely well lately, but our record is the same as Florida's, and the winner of the game will be the champ and go on to Atlanta and represent the Eastern Division and have a shot at the SEC. For us to beat them, we obviously got to play a whole bunch better than we've been playing lately. We got to force some punts, maybe get some turnovers, and offensively we need to score when we're down inside the 10-yard line, score some touchdowns, which we have done very well earlier in the year, but lately we've had some issues and turnovers down around the red zone and so forth. But this game will stand on its own merit, and I'm sure they'll be ready to play, and we should be ready to play our best down there. So a few weeks back, I can remember after we lost to Auburn, our team felt if there was any way we could get to Florida with a shot at the Eastern Division, that would be very good. And it worked out, and that Florida had a little slump in the middle of the year there that enabled us to play them, and then we've had a little slump here, a couple of games late. But anyway, it is what it is, and it should be a heck of a game. Florida obviously playing very well right now, a little bit like Georgia. Georgia had a sluggish start, and they're playing extremely well right now. So we got to go down there and play one of our best games and see what happens. But we're looking forward to the challenge, and it's a wonderful opportunity for the Gamecocks. Any questions?
Coach, I know that pass defense has been a problem, but the D-line stopped Alabama's two running backs pretty much, and then Arkansas tackling appeared to be an issue. How surprised were you with that?
Well, again, pass defense has been our nemesis for quite a while, and our run defense is actually, I think, still leading the conference. Of course, we've had some sacks that's helped that. But again, yeah, we didn't play well at all last game. Offense, defense, and special team. It was okay. I mean, we covered our kicks fairly well and ran one back to midfield. So when we run one back to midfield, I guess that's pretty good for us. I think it's the longest, maybe the longest one of the year. So anyway, now what we have to do is just try to play our game, and our game is hopefully to stay on the field a bit, and we got to run. We all know that. We got to run Marcus and whoever our running back is in the game, and we got to throw completions. We got to stay out there. So, but defensively, we've got to play. Yeah, we got to force more than 2 punts a game. We've had I don't know how many games where we only forced a couple of punts. But Florida's very good on defense. They're second in the conference, number 7 in the nation in total defense. So they present a big challenge. They got really outstanding athletes at all the positions and very well coached. So we will have to execute. We will have to execute to move the ball a bit against them. But again, the crowd noise, it'd be a little different. I think we've only had one loud game all year, and that was at Auburn. We were at Kentucky, got loud second half at Kentucky as we sort of allowed them back in the game. But Vandy, of course, was not very loud. So this will be probably a little bit louder than the Auburn game. So we'll use a lot of hand signals and go with the foot and all that kind of stuff, and start working on that obviously today. But we got to go play. I believe we're capable. So we got to go down there with a lot more fire than we've had lately.
In your personal history, do you do anything differently in games when a championship's on the line, or do you try to get your guys to treat it normally? And secondly, do you think Florida's guys have any advantage just because they've been in games like this before?
We treat them all pretty much the same. We emphasize all the very best you can. Hopefully our guys will put a little extra into preparation for this game because of its importance. But we, as coaches, try to emphasize every one of them is the most important game of your life, because it's the one at hand. The next one is always the most important. And when this one is over, Troy will become the most important game, because that's the one you have some control over. But other than that, well, they have an advantage. They got a lot of young guys. They play some true freshmen out there. But, you know, the guys maybe that played in SEC championship games and so forth, they may have a little more advantage there. But again, we're going down there understanding the importance, but also understanding it's a football game. And to play your best, you have to be somewhat relaxed. You can't get all hyper and tensed up and scared and stuff like that. So we got to look forward to the challenge. This is why our players train all summer, preseason, spring practice, and all that, is to get to a game like this and perform. So we're going to find out if we can perform on the big stage, and this is the big stage down there, one of the biggest in the nation.
Was it beneficial to have the entire team watch the Arkansas game film together?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about all that. That's just something we did yesterday to see if we could try to get some understanding of how our entire team has been playing. But we'll find out if it did any good once we play Saturday night.
Coach, if you're able to win on Saturday, will that put USC in the elite in the SEC? Right now, there's been 3 teams that have won championships, 3 teams that haven't won division championships, and Carolina, which one?
You should know I don't answer those kind of questions. If you do this, it's like saying when you guys win the national championship, what are you going to say? We don't operate in that. No, we just got to go down there and play the best we can. Even before the Alabama game, we said the same thing. We just got to try to get ready to play the very best we can and go from there. We don't. You shouldn't concern yourself whether you win or whether you lose. You should only concern yourself with what you have to do to give your team the best chance possible. So that's hopefully what all of us are going to do. And I do want to add also that this game had nothing to do with Arkansas game. Arkansas kicked our tails the other night. They out-coached us, they outplayed us, they out-blocked us, and they out-tackled us. And that was one reason I wanted our guys to watch Arkansas. This is how you play the game. Those guys, I don't think they missed a tackle. Did you see their defensive backs tackle? Scott, you were there, weren't you? Did you see them fall down on the ground the way our guys did? No, they play ball. And their offensive line blocked. Gee, man, did they block. So I just want to show our guys, this is how you play the game if you want to win. So that was one reason. And you know, we haven't been doing those kind of things very well, blocking and tackling. So we're going to do some of that in practice today.
Since you've been here in 6 years, is this ever a day or game that you've dreamed about to take your team down there to play in the swamp against Florida for the East?
Well, that's what we hope happens. It'll probably be difficult to have a 2-game lead playing Florida the last one. So, yeah, we're excited we're in this position. We haven't been in this position until this year. So we'll see what we can do.
What about with your personal history, with your history?
Well, it's because Florida's the last game of the season for us.
I mean, with you.
If Florida was the first game like Georgia, then you know it wouldn't be like this. But we play them the last game every year. So that's the way it is.
I just meant with you playing and coaching there.
Oh, that's been too long ago. It really has. We've already hashed that out about 6 years ago, didn't we? 5 years ago. 5 and 6. Yeah. Yeah. They do have my name up there, though. It makes it look. Some of our freshmen will go in there and say, "Did Coach play ball here?" And they may do that. I'm serious. They may not have known how I played there or coached there.